Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rena. If you're new here, then welcome. Today I've got a box of, you guessed it right, more sunscreen reviews. So will be my first 2021 Australian chemical sunscreens. I do have a whole playlist on all the sunscreen that review that we can purchase in Australia in 2020, and that is quite a lot. I think there was like 7 videos or something. I'm surprised. I did not know that I reviewed that many. But anyway, that was all in that playlist. I'll leave it somewhere if you haven't checked it out, and if you are interested, I do starting a new playlist for 2021 because I know it's gonna be a lot more videos coming up and I like doing them and I know you guys like watching them as well. Without further ado, let's just dive into today's video. If you like today's content, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and consider subscribe down below. And like always, my sunscreen always rank from my least favorite to my favorite. Although I have to say, once I get to the top 3, it really up to your personal preferences, such as like fragrance, such as the bottle design, you know, all the little things. So I really don't think there's a particular order for the top 3, but we'll get into it in a minute. Yeah, let's just get started. I'm very excited, as you can tell. So I've got 7 sunscreens here and plus 1 not sunscreen, but I'm just gonna quickly mention it because I showed it in my last shopping haul and I was thinking that's a sunscreen. Number 7 is my least favorite, obviously. This is the brand called UV.IQ Australia, I believe. This brand is endorsed by Cancer Council, and that is why I purchased this. I like some of the Cancer Council sunscreens so much. I just recently reviewed all their face day wear moisturiser sunscreen. There are 5 out of them and I have all 5. So if you want to check that particular line under Cancer Council, I'll make sure to leave the link somewhere so you can have a look after this. But this is their hydrating facial sunscreen lotion, suitable for normal to dry skin. It's got SPF 50+, UVA, UVB broad spectrum protection, also containing age prevention complex, suitable for sensitive skin. I'm not quite sure what sort of skin care ingredients within here, but my major issue with this one is peeling. It's not stinging around my eyes. It feels quite lotiony, easily absorbed into the skin. Those are the good points, but it peels off right away by itself after a couple minutes without me putting anything afterwards, not even touching my skin, and that's a major no-no when it comes to sunscreen. I can't even wear it by itself, and the finish is quite oily, and I guess that might have something to do with the fact that I have a normal to combination skin. If you do have a drier skin, you might don't see that oil coming through because your skin will just absorb it. It comes in with this 50ml bottle, which I think is quite travel friendly, but peeling is a major issue, so I cannot use it. I even tried it on my arm just to see, but I think it peels off on my body as well, so I don't know what happened. It is not expensive. I purchased from Reject Shop and it only cost me less than, I don't know if it's $5 or less than $10, but the peeling is a really major issue, so I don't recommend. And coming in number 6 is a quite popular product. It's the Avene Very High Protection Broad Spectrum Sunscreen SPF 50+ Emulsion for the face, and this is also suitable for sensitive skin, provides 40 minutes water resistability. This one, I almost gonna purchase a full size, but I received this little sample size from Adore Beauty's goodie bag. This one comes in slightly thicker formula, so it does take a little bit more effort to blend it particularly evenly onto your skin. It's not leaving any white casts, it's not stinging around my face, but it also peels a little bit, particularly around my hairline, on the forehead, temple area, and my mustache area. So I guess if you are not a very hairy person, I'm a very, very hairy person. You might find it works a little bit better, and I don't have the time to work with it because I need to apply foundation afterwards, and most importantly, I don't have that many time in the morning to get everything flawlessly, take time to blend it in, so it's just a no-no for me, and it's quite expensive as well. I see a lot of promotions about this particular sunscreen on my Instagram, online, on the chemist website as well, so I don't know why they're promoting it, but it's really not working well for me. Coming number 5, it's a product that I can use but I don't prefer, but I still don't recommend, but I will finish it up. This is the Aspect Sun SPF 50+ CC cream with 4 hours water resistant. I got this one from a Luxe Beauty Added Bella box. I still really like that box, although this one is not my favorite, but they also give me a sensory travel sized multi-facial oil, like rejuvenating with a lot of the ingredients within. That one really worked well for me, so I really like that whole box. It's still worth the value just for that particular serum, and I think that box is on 25% off at the moment. So if I can see the link and it's still valid, I'll leave it somewhere down below in the description box in case you want to try. But this is also in that box, and this is one of the full-size product in there. I do like how it comes with a pump, so it's quite high-end. This one retails for I think around less than $60 in Australia. You can get it from the Adore Beauty website, obviously. I purchased this one because I think it's gonna... my cat just falls. I purchased this one because I really like the brand aspect in terms of their stop spot treatment. I have mentioned this so many times in my videos. That one really get rid of all my pimples. This CC cream also comes with a tint, and it is aimed to even the skin tone while providing a good sun protection. It is a therapeutic goods here, so if you're wondering, so this is a proper sunscreen regulated under TGA here in Australia. First of all, because it's a cream formula, it's very thick. It's way more thicker than a cosmetic CC cream if you are thinking in the back of your head. I think this is too thick as a tinted moisturizer, but as a sunscreen, I can get away with it. And once you blend onto your skin, it leaves a ridiculous shine. Like, it was so radiant, so glowy. I don't think, even if you have a dry skin, you might still think it's a little bit too much on the oily sort of side. I did powder down with my setting powder, and that helped, although I don't think I'll wear it by itself. For a CC cream, it doesn't have any other shades options as well, so you just only get one color. I think this color is okay for most of the skin type, but if you have a very pale or slightly like medium to dark skin, you probably don't benefit a lot from the tint. And to be honest, this one doesn't give any coverage. It can't even my skin tone, and I just have redness around here and a little bit dark circle. I'm not aiming to cover my dark circle, but it's not even out. Like, I can see everything exactly the same before and after I apply the sunscreen. The good thing about it is it's not stinging and it's not peeling. So for me, I can definitely finish this one, but I will not recommend. I think there's no point having a tint when it's having no coverage, and with the shine it provides with such a high price tag, stay away from it. Speaking of the tinted sunscreen, I'm gonna quickly mention one that is not a TGA regulated sunscreen, but I thought it was. This is the Avene Unifying Care SPF 30 antioxidant for sensitive skin prone to redness. So I just thought it is an SPF 30 sunscreen that's got a bit of tint under, but when I got it home, I had a look. There's no Australian label there, and there's no, you know, when you have a sunscreen, they have to tell you need to reapply it every 2 hours. They have to give you that direction of use. There's no instructions like that. It just said apply in the morning to the entire face and neck. So this is definitely like a tinted moisturizer with SPF. It's having a really similar finish to the Aspect sunscreen that I just mentioned. It's having a slightly better coverage, but I still don't reckon it's even up to a light coverage. And this one is not as shiny as the Aspect one. However, because it's not a TGA regulated sunscreen, I'm not going to talk a lot more about this. I will mention this in all my tinted sunscreen slash moisturizer video. Personally, I probably will not recommend this. First of all, I thought it was sunscreen and it is not, although it's not a major problem, but as a tinted moisturizer, I just don't think it provides enough coverage, and the application method, like I said, similar to the Aspect one, is a little bit too shiny for my liking, so I might try to use it up as much as I can. You have to use quite a lot of concealer after using this, so it's just like extra steps, if you know what I'm saying here. Number 4, we've got the ROCHE-POSAY SPF 50+, very high protection, UVA, UVB, antioxidant, anti-shine, non-perfumed dry touch gel cream sunscreen. Such a long name. This is one of the sunscreen that I do have a mixed feeling about it. So the good thing I like about this one is containing high coverage, and they having their own technology. So if you're looking into the ingredients of the sunscreen, what they block UVA and UVB, you realize a lot of the UVA filters, people start to question if they are actually very safe. To me, I think as long as they are regulated under TGA, I'm happy to go ahead. But if you're someone like just digging into a little bit more and you have a bit of concern concern, particular, I guess if you're going through like the pregnancy sort of stage or getting ready or post breastfeeding, you really want to be like super secure, I completely get it, then you might want to look for like ROCHE-POSAY brand, because they have their really new UVA filters and it's different to the traditional ones. Although I'm not like a really good at learning the ingredients, I'm learning little by little from now on and try to give you guys a bit of an update with all the sunscreen that I've already got here if you are interested. I like how the ingredients, why they have their own technology. Secondly, as a brand, this one says it's suitable for sensitive and sun intolerant skin. I do really trust the brand in general because they have a good lab behind it to do all these researches. So if you are someone quite sensitive to a lot of the sunscreen, this brand may be the one and only or a few ones that you can choose from. The finish of this one, it is anti-shine, but I don't think it's at a point that you would call it a matte. I guess there's a slightly difference in between, and although it claims to be dry touch, it takes a little while to sort of get that dry touch start showing on your face. If you like a quick dry touch to finish sunscreen, I think the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer is really good. Cancer Console Active one is good, but it takes a little bit longer. This one takes even longer to actually become a full dry touch. And the gel cream formula, to me, it's definitely a cream formula. It's still quite thick, but not as thick as some of like the Avene emulsion that I just mentioned. And if you use their fluid liquid, the one that you have to shake it, this one is more of a thicker formula. That one just so runny, like it literally ran down on the back of my hand when I did my swatches. So I would say this product, it's gonna be suitable for a certain type of people. It's not peeling, it's not stinging, but for me, I don't have that sensitivity on my skin, so I have other ones I prefer better. I just think I'm not so impressed by overall of this product. It's good, and you know, it's not that expensive considered as a brand that dedicated with all of the researchers and new ingredients behind it. However, personal preferences wise, this is not like making into the top 3. So I think from now on, all the sunscreen that I mentioned, they are good to try, and I probably would recommend. So this one I'll recommend if you are try some of the previous ones that I mentioned, and I highly recommend, and you had a really bad reaction, you might want to give this one a go, because I do think as a brand itself, the research and the formula wise, it's more reliable than some of the other ones. They're still claiming for sensitive skin, but you try it and it's not working well, you know. I hope I make sense, because I feel like I'm just going back and forth about this. Now let's get into my top 3. So the 3 here are just random in order, and like I said, that's all my personal preferences. So my number 3 here is this Reef Coconut Sunscreen SPF 50 Dry Touch Lotion, 2 hours water resistance, UVA UVB broad spectrum. This is a big bottle coming in 150 ml, and I can't remember how much because my mom bought this for me. She knows I'm reviewing sunscreen, and she just saw this the other day and she said, I feel like you need to give it a go, and I'm like, okay, thanks so much. But I guess she doesn't know that I don't really like coconut scent, and this one comes in such a strong scent. I really do like the formula. It comes in a lotion, runny lotion texture. It absorbs quickly into the skin. It's not peeling and it's not stinging around my eyes, although the scent, it was so strong. If you someone really like coconut, this is definitely the one to go for. If you someone hate fragrance, then I say you try to stay away from it, or if you can stand it for like 5-10 minutes, that's how long it's gonna last on your face. I've tried other coconut version, and I think by far this is the strongest coconut that I've ever smelled or experienced on my face. This dry touch lotion, it works quicker, way faster than the ROCHE-POSAY that I just mentioned. You apply it on your face, next second it's a dry touch. It is also feeling very nourishing on my skin. I feel I just applied another layer of moisturizer, but it's not heavy, not rich, it's lightweight. So I do really enjoy this apart from the scent. This one comes in a 150 ml big bottle, so you can use it on your face, on your body, all in one sort of product. And I don't think it's very expensive, especially if my mom bought it, it must be budget friendly. And then coming number 2 is a Dermaveen sunscreen. This is their Daily Nourish Body Moisturizer SPF 50 Plus broad spectrum UVA UVB sunscreen. It is dermatologist tested, gives 4 hours water resistant, and it's a fragrance free version, and also non-greasy formula. It also contains their natural oatmeal to smooth, hydrate, and protect the skin even more, particularly use it on the body. This is a perfect summertime body lotion plus sunscreen 2-in-1. So I take a shower pretty much every night, to be honest, after exercise, finish work. But I know a lot of you guys take a shower in the morning, particularly during the summertime when you want to expose your arms and legs. You do want to apply some sunscreen on, but you also want to moisturize your body so it looks nice and radiant, not so dry and crappy. This is definitely one of those save you one step and feels so good on the skin and doesn't leave you any fragrance. So even if you don't like it, or if you are gonna apply some perfume yourself, it's not gonna fight against that sort of scent. It is so good, so moisturizing on my face as well as on my body. I've tried to just use it as a facial sunscreen. It works perfectly. It's not oily, it's not greasy, it's not irritating around my eyes, and it's not peeling. It just feels like another layer of moisturizer with a really good SPF value. I do really recommend this one. 200 grams here, cream texture. I think I bought it on Priceline on sale for maybe $10-15. It's really affordable, and this is one of those, even you have a bit of a drier skin, you can still really benefit. And if you have like me, normal to oily skin, you don't notice that heaviness. So it's quite magic product. I like it so much. And Dermaveen is also an Australian brand. I used to get confused with Dermaveen, and there's another like brand's got a Derma something, and then the Avene as well, because they all have that name similar and then they have the ingredients very similar. But I'm really excited to get this one a go and get me to introduce to this whole brand, and I might try more product from the brand in the future. And the last but not least is my top one, number one favorite. This is the OLAY Total Effect Whipped UV Cream Broad Spectrum SPF 30. When I bought this one, I thought it was a day moisturizer with SPF because I'm reviewing those as well. So they are not regulated by TGA, but they contain an SPF. So if you want to pick a day cream with SPF, you might want to check that video. I'll make sure I leave it somewhere. But this one is actually a therapeutic good because I can definitely see an Australian label here. So it is a truly TGA approved sunscreen and also a day moisturizer. So this is definitely the one that if you don't like applying a separate sunscreen in the morning, or you always forget to do it, you can just use this cream as a day cream and then you're all good to go. And you don't feel that heavy even if applied a little bit too much. You know, with sunscreen, I like to layer up a little bit more. You don't notice that heaviness. If you try any of their whipped cream, you would know it comes with a like a yogurt sort of texture, or like a thick creamy texture. I do really enjoyed it. It does come with an scent, and that's very typical for Olay. I don't know if they have a fragrance-free version for their whipped cream, but I'm just so impressed. We do have a day moisturizer, and it's also TGA regulated sunscreen. SPF 30 is perfect if you're doing office work. It's enough for you, and it works well with makeup. It's not stinging, it's not peeling. I absolutely love it so much, and I think I will see if they have other like whipped cream in other sort of regenerist line maybe, and get it all, check it out, because I so happy finding this. I was quite bummed when I look into all the day cream that none of them was actually under TGA regulation. But this is the one, so I do highly recommend this. And if you use the Olay skincare, you know they are really good, and this is one of the really like popular selling products as well. Alright, that is everything for today's video. I just got so excited. You can tell throughout the entire video. I'm really happy to share this with you guys, and I hope it was informative and help you a little bit in terms of choosing the product, or at least getting you to know there are these sunscreens out there that you can have a look in the future if you're walking into a chemist. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and consider subscribe down below. Leave all your comments. If I forgot to mention anything, I'm pretty sure I always forget something because I got too excited. So I will reply in the comments and share your opinion if you used any of these, so other people can know. I only provide a like my skin reaction experience to it. The more the better, so everyone else can truly see the diverse opinion on one particular product. Anyway, I think that is everything. I hope you have had a great day. Let's stay safe and stay positive, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!